Hi everyone and welcome to the 9th episode of the Yarnniffler podcast. My name is Sam, I'm a university student from Belgium and I love to knit and crochet while I'm not studying and sometimes even when I'm studying. So welcome. You can find me on Instagram as Sam Wyffels and on Ravelry as Yarnniffler. I try to link everything down below, so just click the show more button or the little arrow and everything should be there. For the rest, for any comments or concerns, just comment down below or try to contact me via Instagram, Ravelry, whatever you want. Today I have two finished objects to show you. Two new cast-ons and some projects for in the future. Yes. Something slipped my mind just let's start with the first one. This is what I'm wearing is my first finished object. This is Ship Shape by Heidi Kirrmaier. Let me just check my notes. So I made the XL size. If I come a bit closer to you, you can see like this is where my body ends, so it probably has like 15 centimeters of positive ease, between 10 and 15 I think. So yeah, it's like the perfect fit for me because I have broader shoulders. I used a 3.5 millimeter needle for the stockinette and then for the ribbing a 3.25. I used Holzgarn Super Soft Held Double to get a decay weight yarn, and the red is the Venetian color and the gray is flannel gray. So maybe let me take it off because this is hot already and I can show it to you a bit closer. Here we go. So you have this really interesting construction with these two triangles. You start with that and then you pick up and knit down till you're you can see like about here, and that you do that for both sides, and then you pick up around the armhole and have like a little bit of raglan here, as you can see, and then this stripe is where the actual sleeve started. So it's this dropped shoulder, interesting construction design. I knitted it to about, say, like it comes around my hips, so perfect for on jeans but also for like over skirts and dresses. I knitted the arms longer, or the sleeves, not the arm, the sleeves longer, because most of them are, say, bracelet length or 3/4 length, but for me something like this needs to be long sleeved. Then when it's warmer I can push it up, but long sleeves for when it is colder, when I'm biking and stuff like that. And then for the collar I did an I-cord bind off. In the pattern there is no specific thing mentioned for the collar. I went and searched on Ravelry for some pictures of other people's, and what I saw was that they picked up stitches and then knit an extra few stripes or did a rib, and that's what I tried. First off, I picked up all stitches here and then I knit a red stripe, and then I was gonna knit a rib, but when I'm wearing it like this, you can see like a red stripe would add this more and then a rib, and the color would be here, and yeah, I do not like that. But because of it was rolling so much, it was hard to see, so I just did an I-cord bind off with a 2.75 millimeter needle to really like have a tight bind off. So you can see like it rolls a bit. This side even a bit more. So I really try to block it out. But when it had no I-cord, it was like this. So yeah. Then what I also did for the sleeves is before I started my ribbing, I knitted every third and fourth stitch together, so to have 25% less stitches, and I think it worked out good because the cuff is tight but not too tight and not too loose, and I think maybe after blocking it worked out. There is something on here, like you can see here that there is maybe even a bit too much fabric on the rib, so I think I could have done with 25% less on the bottom ribbing as well, but I didn't do that. So this is something I will be looking forward to later on, because it's not a fitted sleeve, but I like the cuff to be a bit more fitted. So yeah, that's what I... So this is my first finished object. It took me about 2 months, and then yes, then it was on pause a bit as well, because I was finishing up my color work sweater for my niece, for my cousin, excuse me. She is the daughter of my aunt. So yes, and I think that is all. So let me just fold it up and put it away. It is now too warm, but this morning I was wearing it, so it's in the afternoon already, because it was colder at that moment. So for this cold summery night, it will definitely be useful. And then my second finished object are these. Is this pair of socks. These are tall socks number 2. I just did a vanilla pair of socks, toe up 56 stitches. I added 3 extra gusset stitches here. So yes, I think, and then I did 15 rounds of rib on a smaller needle, so I used a 2.5 millimeter needle. I did a magic loop 2 at a time, and I used a 2.5 for all of the sock, and then for the ribbing 2.25, and then I did 2x1 rib. So I tried something different, because yeah, not a 2x2 or a 1x1 now, but a 2x1, and I like it as well. So yeah, this is it's like self-striping with a long pattern repeat, because like the toe, this is around here, this is one complete pattern repeat. This yarn is from World of Yarn, their Himalaya range, and this is color 2. Yes, and I think that's all I wanted to say. Just a vanilla pair of socks that I made. Okay, so I have another pair of socks to add to my sock basket at home. I almost have enough socks to go. I think I have, that is pair 33 or 34, so I can go a whole month without washing my socks, wearing them all, and then yes, I'll be making more socks. This is what you will see now. It's all the socks at the moment. So let's see my whips. Maybe one you have seen multiple times already in my Grocery Girls bag. These are my Tokyo socks from Mina of Knitting Expat Designs, from her Around the World in 8 Socks club. So there are 8 pattern socks, and these ones are the ones for Tokyo. The yarn I'm using is by Yarning. The base is Classic Sock. Yes, in the color Lush Song, so the main color and the mini are both just Love Song. So when I showed it to you last, I was here. So I finished the gusset increases and finished both heels. Let me show you from the front. So I have almost 2 pattern repeats, as you can see. So yes, this is 1 pattern repeat, and this is the second one that is starting. I did an Eye of Partridge heel. So maybe if I just show you my finished object from before, maybe you can see this is just a slip stitch heel. So where you knit one, slip one, always the same one, and then I did an Eye of Partridge heel here because I liked it as a texture. Maybe you can see a difference there. You knit one, slip one as well, but you do it alternating. So if you slip that stitch on the next round, you will knit it, and then next round you will slip it again to give another slip stitch pattern, and I will see how it wears. Yes, it hasn't grown that much, so yeah, I wasn't really inspired to work on these, but last week I didn't really have anything with me, so these were my 3 whips I showed you last time. So I finished my sweater almost completely last week and my socks, and then I only had these ones to work on, so I did, and I'll try to knit on them every day for a bit to get them done. I'm not sure how much I want to do more, because I have like I think this was 50 grams in total, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it completely up or something. I will see. I'll probably just finish this pattern repeat. I think I have 10 more rows to do, and then do another pattern repeat and see where I am at that moment, and do the ribbing. Maybe I can show this color a bit closer. So it's like a little dusty pink, light pink with some darker pink and yellow and greeny speckles on it. And then the contrasting color for toes, heels and the cuffs is this one. This is like a browny purple plum color, you could say. Yes. So those were my whips from last time. So I casted on 2 new socks. So let me show you the first pair. This is in this is the large zipper pouch Nikki is the hedgehog from the Blue Rabbit house that I showed you last time. So I'm already using it. I'm really in love with this pouch. Let me try to get out. Yes. Oh, there's the yarn tag. So I just started another pair of Shorty socks. These will be number 14, 15. So if you haven't watched before, you probably don't know, but I have a box of self-striping stock yarn at home and some just solid yarns to make Shorty socks with. And this is the last pair that I need to do, and then I've used them all. So I started it, like I have my hedgehog stitch marker here as well. Very cute. So yeah, I'm just starting the toe, so I'm gonna be doing this toe up 2 at a time on 2.5 millimeter needles. This is color 108. The yarn is Socks Mini, but Socks with an X, so Socks Mini, and Socks Mini Multi is the self-striping, and this time it's different kind of blues, like lighter, darker, more aqua, and then some grays. So yes, and these will just be some vanilla socks that I can take anywhere I want. So these will be the Shorty ones. So the heel will be knitted in the same color from the self-striping, and then the cuff will be around 12 to 15 rounds in the dark gray. And then I'll have to see what I want to do with the leftovers. So I use about 20 grams of my balls. So I'll have to see which combinations I can make. I'll probably make just a scrappy pair or a couple of scrappy pairs with the rest, and then also maybe some shorties, but a little bit longer, as in maybe do the heel as well in the contrast color, and then just knit like a little ankle sock, not shorties, but not tall or long socks. So yeah, I will see. I will keep you updated once I'm at that place. And then my last finished object, my last whip, is in my this beautiful forest animal bag by Knitting Unicorn from the set I got from a homespun house, where the hedgehog stitch markers from as well. And this is my third pair of socks, or this is just a sock. Oh, it really looks good on screen. So this is these are the Cornicette Socks by Laura of Penrose Knits from the Knitting Pickle podcast. So this is not my first time, but like say my first time using sock yarn and sock needles knitting cuff down. So yes, it will be a long pair of socks where you see not the acorn but this purple stitch marker. That is where my heel will be. So I'm just knitting a long tube with a toe on it, and then I'll be cutting it to knit an afterthought heel. So I'm very excited about this. I casted on this sock yesterday, so it's going pretty fast. I am obsessed with this color work and this combination of colors as well. So let me show you which colors these are. So this is Filcolana Arbeta Classic, and the green is called Army Green, is color 147, and the vibrant orange is Calendula, and that is number 365. So yes, I'll put this back in here. So I'll just have my two cakes in here, and then when I'm knitting I have one at either side of me. I knit color work two-handed. So I am usually I'm an English knitter, so I throw my yarn. But when I knit color work, I had a lot of practice with my with the color work sweater for my cousin. I use two hands, so I knit continental with my left hand and English with my right hand, and that goes pretty smoothly, as you can see. Yes, these ones are 64 stitches. I used the old Norwegian or twisted German cast on. I'm blinking on it. So yeah, a really stretchy one, as you can see. And I used 2.25 millimeter needles for the rib. It's a 1x1 rib in the dark green. I'll probably try to use a bigger needle for the cast on, and then just go back to the 2.5 millimeters for the second sock, because it is stretchy but it's still a little bit tight. So I will see what I can do about that, but I can get it over my foot. I tested it this morning, because it would be a shame to knit your whole sock and it not fit on your foot. I'll also make sure to knit a couple of extra rounds before I start my decreases for my heel, to really have enough place for, I have a deeper instep, so to have enough place for that. That is also the reason why I am using extra gusset stitches in my toe-up socks. So yes, we will see about that. So yes, I will probably finish the sock in a couple of days and then start the next one. So we will see. Maybe next episode I have 2 socks. I'll definitely have started the second one at that moment. So yes, I'm completely enamored by color work. I have a color work sweater I want to make, but because it is summer at the moment, I think it would be too hot to have the complete color work sweater on my lap. So at the moment I'm just knitting all the socks, but I want to start a couple of other things that I have with me. So let me show you. First off, I want to start the Beachcomber tank by Briana Luppino, also known as Little Wolf Knits, or The Little Wolf Knits, I'm sorry. So this is the pattern. So it is just a tank top. It's a bit cropped on there, but we will see. I'll be making it in this orange color. So as you can see on my socks, I'm using orange as well. I really fell in love with this color. It's not that vibrant as on the screen. It's a bit more subdued, but it's pretty accurate. This is a yarn. This is one for the Oddball Along from Caroline of Caroline's Knits and Naomi of NJ Knits. I have this cone that I bought, and it is, let me just read it for you: merino, alpaca, wool, mohair, polyamide, linen, viscose, jute, silk, sisal, angora, hemp, polyester, polyacrylic, elastin, Bayardin, and much more. I got this for €3.50. It is 480 grams and has 2,800 meters. So it's very light. It's like in between a light fingering and a lace. So I held it double and I get about a fingering weight gauge. So I got gauge before I washed and blocked my swatch. And now I don't have gauge anymore. So I'll see what I can do about that. And yes, I'll probably just use this because let me maybe show you it a bit closer. It has some thick and thinner bits, so sometimes you have a couple of more bigger stitches, and I think if I go down in needle size, that it won't be as pretty, it won't be as even, that you really see the thicker part. But I'm not sure, but I will try it. I just probably in between a size 4 that's 107 centimeter bust and a size 5 that's 117 centimeters. So my bust size is around 112. So I'm in between that, but probably I will downsize one. I'll just have to do the math, like what is the stitch count around my bust with my gauge to see if I have negative or positive ease with one of the two sizes, because if I knit size 5, I have 5 centimeters of positive ease, which would be perfect. But the problem is if my gauge is bigger, so I have fewer stitches in 10 centimeters. Yes, it's always thinking about it. So fewer stitches in 10 centimeters, that means that I'll for the same stitch count, my circumference will be bigger. And I don't want it to be too oversized, but also not too figure hugging. So I'll do some math for that. And then from the same designer, I want to make the tan line joggers. I have the pattern, but I don't have the front or the cover picture. So I just have the schematic, and I'll put in a picture now. So I showed you this yarn already when I bought it. Let me just pause for a second and get the tag. Yes, I found the tag. So this is Fortissima. This is just like your standard sock yarn with 75% superwash wool and 25% polyamide. So I have 4 of these gray ones and 1 dark blue one. But once I started, I will definitely show you. And my thought was to make the cuff and the waistband in the dark blue and then the rest in this gray, and see how far I can get. I'm really interested in making pants because I already made 1 pair of pants, but these are really high-waisted. So this will be something different, and we'll see how they fit. I'm really interested in them because I really like wearing sweatpants and joggers and stuff. So this would be perfect. But I'll swatch with this, and then I'll see what I can do. I'll do the math for the Beachcomber tank as well. But I won't start them yet, because first I want to finish my Tokyo socks. So I'm now completely in love with my Cornicette socks. As you can see, I knitted the whole leg part in about 1 day. So those ones are really gonna grow fast, I think. Also, I have exams. I will talk more about that in live stuff, but I'm just home every day, the whole day for like 2 more weeks before the exams really start. So when I'm taking a break, I am knitting, and I'm really like, I want to finish my Tokyo socks because they've been on the needles for so long. I really love them, but they don't have an intuitive pattern. Because like some parts do, some parts it's like really normal, like the eyelet and the decreases just go the same way and always move one stitch up in a row. That's pretty intuitive, but then other times you have these tucked stitches or other things and purl stitches. So yes, I really want to finish them, but that they have a decent length, because I love the stitch pattern that's on it. But the problem is, of course, if that's on your foot and your foot is in your shoe, you don't see it. So I want to have like a decent leg to show it. So yes, I'll probably just finish the repeat I'm doing now and do one more repeat and that be it. But I really want to finish them, and then I just have some vanilla socks because that's easy for me to take with me. Like we went to a party and to a party on Sunday, and I had them with me. And yes, I didn't knit on them. Surprisingly, I had people to talk to uh, without needing to knit. That was really nice. But yes, it's just easy to take that with me everywhere. And then yes, the Beachcomber tank and the tan line joggers are just easy because once they started, they're pretty much just stockinetting around, which I really like, because like in a couple of days I'll just need to be reading in my textbook, and that's really handy for me to do that while knitting. So yes, that's it. um Is there anything else that I want to say about knitting? I don't think so. I think this is everything. Or maybe yes, for life stuff. But if you don't not interested in life stuff, I just wanted to mention Hannah from the Cozy Cottage Crochet has a new pattern out, the Belong Wrap. I'll put a picture here. It's really beautiful. I love the rainbow colors, of course. Um, yes, and I just wanted to highlight her pattern. And then for the rest, I'll think just talk about the last 2 weeks. There have happened a lot that yes, I'll like to share with you. So the week that so 2 weeks ago when I finished filming, that day we got the edits back for our group report for our bachelor thesis. So then we were in a rush to finish it, clean it up, do all the things necessary, rewrite parts that needed to be rewritten, some of them. So yes, that was a lot of work. So that week I really didn't have a lot of knitting time because I was till late at university and then just came here and slept, and that was it. And then last week on uh, Tuesday, I had my presentation for my bachelor thesis, which went really well. I don't know my grade yet, but I think it will be good. Um, so that was really like the end of the semester. We had one more lesson the Friday following, but that was all. So then on Tuesday night, we went out to a Mexican restaurant with some of our friends, had a real nice meal, some chats, all of that. Yes, that was really, that was amazing. That was some like the end of this semester and our year here in Kortrijk. So for those who don't follow me, I am studying in Kortrijk at the campus of the University of Leuven. And next year I will go to Leuven to study there. Um, so yeah, it's really like the end. So one more month and everything is done. Um, so and then after we went out for drinks and food, I stayed up until 1:30 in the morning because it was the Zoom craft moment, knit night with Hannah of the Cozy Cottage Crochet, who I mentioned earlier. I'm one of her patrons, and we just come together and just craft for 1.5 hours, something like that. So it was almost 3 in the morning when I left, or just when the Zoom ended. But yes, for once I didn't have to be up early the next day, so I could join them because most of them are all in America. So it was around in the evening, say between 7 and 9 for most of them. So yes, it was late for me, but really happy that I could be there. Um, so I know a couple of you are coming from that Zoom. So hi, if you're here. I hope you enjoy it. Yes, or even one thing I forgot from last week, the day before did my bachelor thesis, I had 4 hours of bus knitting because we went on an excursion for geology. We went to see some couple of rock faces, I think you would say it in English, like how different types of rocks, which minerals are in there, how are they oriented, why is that. So yeah, that was really interesting as well. And then I knitted about half of the second sleeve of my sweater, so that was perfect. And then I knitted the other half on Wednesday almost. So on Wednesday, I just took a holiday, you could say, a day off after a really busy 2 weeks for my bachelor thesis, and knowing the month and a half upcoming are really busy as well. So I just took a day off. I knitted and I watched some YouTube and some movies, some series, just um, glued to my screen and knitting, and that was a perfect day for me, perfect to recharge for then the next upcoming 2 weeks, definitely now. So I have my first exam on June the 11th on Saturday, so that is almost 2 weeks from when I'm filming this. So I am working for that, but also practicing for other exams, studying, just the whole story. So yes, for the coming days I will be just at my desk working for school, but I don't need to go to class, so I just have my own time to fill, so I can do it whenever I want, what I want. So yes, when I don't feel like it, I just take a bit longer break, I knit a bit. That's the reason my Cornicette socks grew so much. Yesterday I just casted them on, and every free moment I've been knitting on them. So yes, and that's the thing. I don't want to think about exams, so I want to start all the new projects, but I know I can't. So I just have like some simple things with me and some things I need to think about, and then yes, that's the way I try to go with it, because I get really creative in ways to procrastinate the things I need to study, and ways to just buy all the yarn and knit all the things. So definitely not going on yarn sites. If I see anything on Instagram for sales, I just skip it, because this is the moment I would like to buy everything just to make me happy, and I don't need it. I have enough yarn at home, so I'm just having fun. So yes, and then in 2 weeks I will have finished two of my exams already, and then normally I will be at home, so it will be a different filming place. I'll see uh, when I can fit it into the schedule, but I hope to film for certain one more episode before in the middle of June, and I'm not sure. I think it should be possible to film one at the end of June as well, because I have like a full week to study before my last exam. So yeah, I'll see how that goes, but yes. I'm sorry if there are not episodes every 2 weeks now, because it's really busy, and then the summer holidays are here, but I'll try to keep you updated on Instagram, and I hope to see you back. So if you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe, leave me a comment if there is anything you want to ask me. Just contact me, and I'll hope to see you next time. Bye!